So right now I'm going to talk about the Kaufman Assessment Battery for Children, the second edition. And this is an assessment created by Alan and Nadine Kaufman. And the second edition is a revision, obviously, of the first edition. And the revision has been expanded to include students from ages 3 to 18. And the KABC-II, which is what I'll now be referring to it as, is a norm-referenced assessment, cognitive assessment, and it's used for many different things, namely showing the present levels of performance of students and thus enabling teachers and educators to help plan instruction properly for each student. And I said it's for ages 3 to 18, so there are 3 levels within the assessment. One level from age 3 to 3 and 11 months, one from ages 4 to 6, and then the last one from ages 7 to 18. And the KABC-II is based on 2 theoretical models, which is actually what makes it quite well known and preferred among educators. The first is the Luria neuropsychological model, and the second is the Cattell-Horn-Carroll model, and the CHC model. And the Luria model actually, it does not include verbal intelligence within the assessment, so that's a very good choice for students who are nonverbal, to actually still be able to assess their cognitive abilities. The CHC model does include verbal intelligence, so educators have the option of choosing one or the other depending on the student. And as far as purchasing, this test can be purchased straight through Pearson. Pearson is the publisher, and you can buy it online. You have to be able to enter your credentials into the website. Some other websites I also found that you can buy it at, but each website you do have to enter your credentials as an educator. So this ensures that not just anybody can buy it over the internet and use the assessment for something aside from its purposes. And in terms of the administration, there are 6 different scales that for each of the models, and educators go through each of those scales. For the ages 3, there's only one model, the MPI and the FCI, depending on which model that you choose. So there's only one global score for students who are ages 3 to ages 3 and 11 months. And ages 4 to 6, they have either 3 or 4 scales, depending on which model you choose. 3 scales for the Luria model and 4 scales for the CHC model. And then ages 7 to 18 have either 4 or 5 scales, again, depending on which model they choose. The CHC model, again, having that component, that cultural knowledge component and verbal component. Now, the manual has very strict administration procedures, and there's also a publication written by the authors of the test called The Essentials of KABC-II Assessment, and that also in that publication goes through some suggestions for a testing environment, how to create rapport with students of all the different ages. So that can be very useful also for educators who are going to be administering the assessment. As far as materials, you can buy on the Pearson website or some other websites as well. You can buy a complete kit, which includes the manual, of course, 4 different easels, which are the little stands that they have that include all of the materials, and all of the manipulatives, because it is a multisensory assessment. So they have several different manipulatives, including picture cards, triangles, different shapes, blocks, and record sheets to record all the scores and write down notes for the administration of each student. And also, if you buy it on Pearson, it also comes with a briefcase. And in terms of reliability and validity, this test is actually widely known as one of the more culturally fair tests that are out there, simply because it does not include, or it includes very, very minimal culturally relevant information. So it's not culturally biased, so students who have been living in another country or another culture their entire lives then come here and take the assessment. There shouldn't be too much information that they're not going to find and be able to answer.